Good afternoon. I am Wes Sneed with Tech Talk Live, where we conquer all your technology questions. And this is the end of the website design series. So we have covered branding, we have covered Google Analytics, we have covered website hosting, we have covered everything you need to understand to build your website, how to build your website and make it look professional. So we're at the end of the series. And I've really enjoyed it because I'm rebranding my company. I'm changing the name of my company. So as of November the 1st is when I will roll out Texas BC Doc, and that's the new name of my company, and that's who I will be doing business as from there on out. And you guys get to join along on the journey. So now that we're done, what does my website look like? Did it turn out exactly the way I wanted it? Does it still need tweaks? Of course. Of course, your website is always going to need tweaks. You're always going to need to update your website. Doesn't mean you have to constantly update it, but there's always going to be some updates. Just for an example, maybe you need to update some content to make it look better, or maybe you need to change the pictures because you're using stock images right now until you get your headshots taken, or something along the lines of that. There are a lot of things out there that will determine what you need to do to update your website and how often you need to do your website updates. Maybe some of the content needs to be updated because you've started offering new services or you're not doing this type of service anymore, so you need to update your website. I would say update your website as almost as much as possible, just for the fact that it makes Google's algorithms go back through and look at your website. And as we discussed earlier in a topic here on Tech Talks, is Google Analytics and how Google Analytics is changing the way they do it and getting rid of your access to some of your Google Analytics. So you need to go and download it. I think you have about a year from February to download all that information before you'll no longer have access to it. But that is very, very important information so you can see who's been to your website, what type of user's been to your website, and all of that so you know how to target your ads. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand that they need is those analytics. And that can make a difference in your business and seeing what demographic you need to target. And the only way to know is have the information on hand. So we're actually going to jump to my desktop and I'm going to show you the almost finished product. It's not 100% finished, but it is 99% finished. It is live. It is out there. It's just not 100% yet. And as you guys will see, I'm using some stock images because I haven't gotten the images I want in yet. They've been taken, they're getting edited, they haven't been sent over to me yet. Sometimes that takes time. Sometimes it's just I found some images I don't like. So we're going to jump to my desktop and go from there. I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. And you guys are on my screen. So right now we're looking at Texas BC Doc's live website. As you can see, there is no menus up here. That's my bad. And I'm actually working on the menus today to get that up and going, but there will be menus on the top of it. This is 100% stock image. As you can see, it tells you a little bit about my business, what we do. Obviously, it tells you about our services. See, this is default text that needs to go away. So as you can see, it's not 100% yet. It will be by November the 1st, the launch date, but we're still working on it. We still have a little bit to go. As you can tell, a lot of the content is done. One thing will be happening is these links right here will become clickable. So if you wanted to learn more about data backup, it's going to be clickable. And that's one of those things when I was talking about maybe you need to update over time. Data backup changes and how you back up changes. So I want to keep up with the trends. So that would be a subject that I would change. Maybe I don't change it here on the front page because this covers what it needs to cover. But if you want to learn more about it, then the new data backup solutions, encryption, and all of that has changed a little bit. So that will be on its actual web page about it so that Google can use its spiders, is what they are called, to go through and look at all of this information, this text, these pictures, It looks at everything. That's one of those SEO tips that we teach everybody is make sure your pictures are titled correctly so that they are titled dash data disaster recovery or help desk support. So when Google goes through and reads that picture, it can see, okay, it's a picture of a lady doing help desk support, or it's about network security. Not only do they look at these headers, they also look at the name of the picture and the description. That's how Google functions and how they do their algorithms. Next, you see a little bit more about my company, a single point of contact. So if you have any tech problems, tech concerns, we are your single point of contact. So it's one phone call. As you can see right here, not 100% lined up perfectly even. That's one of those things that you have to tweak and work with, and it comes over time. As you can see, this right here, I'm not too happy with this not being in line, but I'll fix that. Those are little tweaks that you go and make at the end of your build. You don't worry about them 100% up front, because if you worry about doing all of that 100% up front, then you're never going to get your web page done. You're never going to get the content in here. And getting the content and the layout that you like is one of the most important things to do. That's one of the hardest things to do, and it's one of the most important things. But it can go really, really fast as long as you don't get bogged down in the details in the beginning. You can go back. See, about me, it's not going to be about me. It's going to be about us, about my company, because it's not, my company's just not about Wes Snead. It is about my company, Texas PC Doc. Texas PC Doc is not a person. So about me makes no sense unless I'm trying to teach them only about Wes. Well, I don't want you to know just about Wes. I want you to know about all the employees of my company, about what our company can provide for you. So as you can see, there's some little errors right there that need to be fixed. That's okay. That's the whole point in building your website. Yes, there's going to be things that you will need to change and tweak towards the end. Now, if this was November the 1st and all of this wasn't done, I would be highly mad at myself since I'm the one building it. But most people hire a website designer and they will do this for you, but it doesn't hurt to go through and look. At least you know now what to go through and look at and look for on your website. If you know what to look for, you know it's going to be a whole lot easier to design your website, because not only are you going to say, okay, I'm in over my head when you get in over your head from all the tips and all the information we've given you and what we've shown you, or you're going to say, you know what, I can do this myself. I realize it's not going to take just an hour like the commercials say. It's going to take a few hours, maybe even a few days. I have built websites for a long, long time, and it still takes me a few days, if not longer, because each page on my website is custom. So that means each page is different. There is no one size fits website. If you want it to look professional, you want it to look good, there is no one size fits all. That's one of the things that certain host and building tools do is they rely on everybody using the exact same templates, and you can tell when somebody uses a template. I can 100% tell that, okay, this is a template. They didn't build this to themselves. The fonts are different colors. They didn't do a branding board, and we covered all of that. And that's why we covered it, is so you guys know how to make your website look professional. Or if you're going to somebody to build your website and you're not 100% sure if it's professional or not, if they know what they're doing, that was the whole point in this series. So you kind of know, okay, they're not asking me about my brand. They're not asking me about my colors, but they're wanting to build a website. Start scratching your head. That should be a red flag right there. Is why aren't they asking me about this? Why aren't they asking me to pick websites that I like so they can go look at? They can't read your mind, and you shouldn't rely on them to read your mind. You should work with them. And one of the things I will 100% say is if you don't have the time, hire somebody to do your website. It's 100% worth it. Your website guys are fabulous. They have amazing deals on websites right now and forever. They have a deal going on, zero down to build your website. So you can work with them, even if it takes months to work with them, zero down until it is 100% the way you like it. You don't pay them a dime. And then you pay a monthly fee. Instead of a lot of web designers are charging $5, $10, $20, $30,000 for your website, Well, your website guys will build a website that is great, if not better, than those $10 or $20,000 websites, and they keep it updated and they keep it monitored. They keep it from getting hacked, and all of that that goes into a website that most people don't understand. They don't even think about, okay, I need to update the coding because it's changed. Just like Google and their algorithms and their SEO and all that changing. I mean, it can be working 100% great perfectly one day. Google changes it the next day, and now your website's not on the front page anymore. Why did that happen? You're supposed to know that. If you're designing your website by yourself, you're supposed to know, why is that not working? Well, you need to go to an expert at that point in time because you don't have the time. And if you do, then great. Learn a lot about SEO. SEO, in my opinion, is a full time job. There are people that's all they do all day long because things change so much in SEO. And it's not just Google wanting to change it. It's they change it to make it better and make it faster so they can read your website and understand what you're advertising. And if that's not clear and defined on your website, then Google just skips over it and moves on. Pro tip: if your website isn't secure, if it doesn't have HTTPS after it, Google will not put it in its results. And Chrome now will not even let you go to the website. It won't even let you visit the website. The S stands for secure, which means it's encrypted and it's a secure website. Those security features out there, a lot of people charge for them. You can actually get them for free. There's different options out there to get your website encrypted, and you want it encrypted. That's one of the things that keeps it from getting hacked is that encryption. So if they get it, they're not able to do anything with your website. It's just a file to them. So that's what that encryption helps with. So this has been a nice long series on website design. If you guys have any questions, comment below, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I will see you guys not next week. We're taking a week off, most likely. Just getting everything new planned. I will have some amazing announcements about maybe a possible new co-host. Maybe. Who's sick of just seeing me? I am. But anyway, we will talk more about that, and I will drop in some lives next week and let you guys know what's going on. Next week is kind of up in the air because we've got a lot of stuff going on and a lot of planning going on for Tech Talk Lives. But as always, I hope to see you guys on Tech Talk Lives. Like and comment below. See you guys next time.